my bitch on me. Turn it up and now this bitch on me. Can't hear nobody else shit for me.
I see the other side hating, cause they ain't fucking with me. I'm the goat, I'm the greatest. I be your favorite. I don't do shit for the gram, I be keeping it playing. My ex throw dirt on my name. Nigga just want the clout, go get some paper. He want a piece of the pie. Give him a reason to pray to the sky, no savior. All of these bitches be bland, saucy as fuck, and I been here. Still gorgeous. Flawless, fuck. You hate your boyfriend, I hate him too. You hate yourself, I can't help you. I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty.
Get ready with me. It's like, I wish I had some I'm not gonna lie. I think my face is clean. It's on my mind. If this junk tries to trick
Measuring your worth by how close you are to neurotypical standards will be your downfall. You are not them. My page is a safe space for neurodivergent individuals, specifically neurodivergent people of color. Today we're discussing internalized ableism. Internalized ableism is when a disabled person adopts society's negative beliefs, stereotypes, and prejudices about disability, leading them to view their own disability as a personal failing, a source of shame, or something to hide, rather than a natural part of human diversity. Internalized ableism doesn't always sound like hate. It could be those thoughts that are saying, oh, this is so easy for everybody else, why can't it be easy for me? I've got to work harder. Or why can't I just be normal? It's in those thoughts that make you be harder on yourself than you are with other people. And sometimes it's hard to notice because this takes a certain amount of unlearning everything that society has thrown at you. Told you how to act, told you how to dress, told you what to say, what to do in certain social situations. And so a lot of the time, internalized ableism is developed not because you want it to develop in your mind, but out of survival, really. Masking, shrinking yourself, pushing past burnout. At some point, it kind of stops feeling like a choice. It starts feeling like default.
You know what's my biggest struggle with feeling like you're burning out? It's when it doesn't look like you're burnt out. Like if you put a smile on, or if you like continue doing things in a monotone or like not so unpredictable way, and like if you're doing shit every day that's pretty much giving programming, or like you're stuck in a loop, even though it's like usually out of like she said, like survival. Like in your mind you're like perceiving certain things or triggers as a threat, or things that didn't even get to trigger you yet, and you're just assuming that something's going to trigger you or like get under your skin, or like it's like you are just protecting your feelings so much to the point where it's like, I be asking myself, why do I feel the need to do that? And I think it's because I felt like for so long I wasn't doing that, and I was just acting like I didn't have any and then people around me that would act like my feelings and me feeling the smallest of things was like dramatic, or like I was oversensitive or whatever else. And I was like, oh no, I think I realized over time that was like a superpower, because a lot of hunches and like all these super feely things that I feel like are told to me is dramatic, or I'm being sensitive, or like it's blah blah blah. Coming to find out, sometimes my feelings were right. My feelings and not just logic. And I'm like, no wonder we have both sides of the brain and life. It makes you wonder why would people want to make you feel like your feelings don't matter? It's because is there something in my feelings, in my heart, that would, there's something in my feelings that would debunk someone's adopted logic, or like their forced logic on shit.
Stops feeling like a choice. It starts feeling like default. But if you ever feel like you had to earn rest or support or accommodations, this video is for you, and we're going to unpack that. I read a Substack article yesterday. It'll be linked in the description. But it was basically talking about internalized ableism as it relates to the autism spectrum, and how so many autistic people are so used to saying things like, you know, I'm autistic, but I'm not disabled, or like,
honestly, labels come down to like, yeah, it's good for calling things what it looks like or what it is, but then like labels just become so unnecessary because everything just ends up being one, and in the end, or like a spectrum, like they're saying, like nothing is really all on a grid for real. Like that was man-made, and then nothing is like super linear and perfect. Like that was super man-made, right? So it's like calling someone disabled or white or black or short or tall or like this or that. It shouldn't come with like the typical connotation of said things. Like, or if someone's like a narcissist, or like they come off as one, or like somebody's a this or that, or like it really comes down to perception. Really, when you look at things, it's like some people really do like to look at life through a grid perspective, or like boxes and stuff, and then some people get trapped in the gray area. Though it's like sometimes it's like, yeah, it's good to get out of limitation and things, but also remember, like, you don't have to be super limited by labels, but just remember what and where something is, or someone is, or where you are, or blah blah blah. Like even just mentally, or like emotionally, physically, it's like everybody wants to be the greatest and the best and the fastest and the baddest or the biggest or the blah blah blah. It's really not about rank. It's really not about who's the biggest or baddest or the best, because it's just a label. Like, just not making it define them. You know, like somebody could say, oh, he's this, he shouldn't be doing that. Like if somebody say like black, or she's this, she shouldn't be doing that, and they're just listening to fucking rock music, or like they're just straightening their hair or something. It's like basically people trying to play God over your life, or try to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing, or how you should be, or be perceived, or like how you should move in the world. It's gonna be based off of a label. Let me tell you something, man. Labels do not matter. If I'm somebody that works at Amazon and I want my package right here in the corner, protected, and I don't want somebody stealing my package, you know what I would put on the box? I would put dusty ass peanuts. These are dusty ass peanuts. Don't touch. And people gonna be walking past like 10,000 iPhone 17s in that box, because they just read the box and heard, oh, it's dusty ass peanuts. I'm not touching that. didn't try to see or smell or understand it's not dusty ass peanuts, you'd have walked over to a damn bank. It's like, now that's just one example of like how labels ain't shit. Or if somebody says, oh, I'm really interested in this person or this type of thing that I would like to do, and somebody goes, oh, that's just not it. It's crazy. It's hard to deal with, or you're gonna struggle with dealing with this. And then it's like, you're telling me based off of your experience. Like, let's say it's like a it's like doing a hairstyle. So you try to do a certain hairstyle. Like, some people can braid, some people can't. And it's cool. Like, I can't really cornrow all that much unless it's like some, what is those called? French braids in the front. I can't do straight backs. I could do like something going on, and then it's just, that's it. But I need to practice. But I'm saying, imagine if I try to do a hairstyle and it didn't work out for me, and I tell someone, oh, that's just something that's impossible to do, or like, you can't do it, and then they try it and boom. Or vice versa. Like, if I can do something and somebody goes, how do you even know how to do that, or how come, what makes you feel like you're doing something, or like, who are you trying to be like, you're not this, right? And it's like, I never try to fit in a box, and I don't know why me doing something in particular that I guess I'm not supposed to be doing, whether it's good or not. I guess something I'm not supposed to be doing is just not expected of me, but why is that such a ego challenge? I'm just talking. Anyway, I just think of people a lot and think of things a lot. Just like, or when you can't enjoy multiple parts of life or something. Like, I think I mentioned this before. Like, if I like one thing, why am I not allowed to like the other thing? Like, if I'm caught liking a certain media or a certain song or a certain movie, why does that mean I hate or automatically don't appreciate or like what I'm supposed to be liking? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, tell me for me. Tell me what I'm supposed to be liking. Tell me what my heart is supposed to like, what compass my heart is supposed to be on, or my, like, and how do you know? How do you know what I'm supposed to be doing, or like, or what type of things I'm supposed to be attracted to in life, like doing or like being like? Is I a fucking puppet? Am I a fucking cold doll? Like in Sims, when somebody is like dead ass controlling their sim, like the free will is out. But imagine like somebody is really treating you in your life like that. Like, they're looking at you like, why are you on free will mode? I'm telling you what you like and what you don't like and what you should be doing right now. You're just really out here like breaking the mold. It's like, especially when you're doing really well for yourself, like you feel like you're doing or making progress or progressive moves, even if it's like the smallest things, like in terms of self-care or maintenance or like self-love even, or like self-appreciation or like self-support, right? That's when niggas really start popping up and be like, what are you doing? I want to be mine. They either want to break you or join you. It's like, huh? I need a lip balm so bad, or like lip gloss. I done used up every tube with everything.
2 things you cannot have around me that I will just use all in one sitting and I never put it down. Gum or mints and chapstick. I think it's somewhat of an addiction, or it's a fixation. Actually, anything pretty sizable like that. I'm not gonna lie. If I could just go like this right quick and it's done, that's gotta be done. But wait, there's more.
People are so used to saying things like, you know, I'm autistic, but I'm not disabled, or like thinking that disabled or disability is like a bad word, or like a word that they don't really want to place upon themselves, a title that people that are disabled don't want to embody or live. The article had a lot of good points, and it really did get me thinking, because I was already thinking about making this video, but I had to do some research on, is this something that I only struggle with? Like,
I think it's like people put too much weight on a label, or like the name of something. So like somebody could be a really great person, and if they just have like 2, 10, 20, 30 followers on social media, people just assume, oh no, they ain't talking about shit. They ain't really all that, because they only have this amount in life, or their bank account looks like this, etc., etc. Or people don't really flock to them, or they don't really go and do things that most people do, or blah, blah, like whatever the F it is, right? Or somebody could say someone's a child and they don't know what they're talking about because they're a child, like, or because they just, you know, they haven't, I guess, physically been through much of what most adults have been through, like from what we can make of children, or like our spiritualness, or like our physicalness. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Or if somebody's disabled or labeled disabled, it's like they're automatically just underneath the rest of society, even if they're physically fine, or like maybe they're physically disabled and they're mentally not fine or something. It's like that doesn't, just because somebody has differences doesn't mean that they just aren't aware of what's going on around them entirely. Like, you know, it doesn't mean that they don't deserve, like, at least some sort of, like, acknowledgement that they contribute to society, even if you don't want to admit that or see that, because, man, everything comes, what's it called, full circle. Well, not even so much that, it's like everybody counts. Like, that's what I kind of like about some governments, even though I would never live in these types of governments. I just like the level and the things it could teach you if you were to live through this type of thing. Like a level of consciousness that most people kind of forget matters. It's like some governments treat everyone literally equally as fuck. They don't care how much you work or make or do. It's like everyone gets paid and has the same amount of everything. And I would like low-key appreciate the idea of that, even though it would challenge a lot of people's egos nowadays, because some people really do work really hard, like laborious jobs, or like some people would have like really challenging lifestyles or like lives. So it's like they want to have compensation for that, especially if other needs are just not being met, etc., etc. It's like, yeah, really honestly though, everybody has something to give or offer the world, even if it's not valuable to you. Like I was talking about high value men in a recent video, and how it's not like me shitting on men or women or anybody. Really, it was really more so like your value is not based on what the opposite sex thinks of you, or like what somebody thinks of you, or like even a group of people, or like a society, or like, it's, if you feel like you're bringing value or inspiration or like whatever to people or yourself even or someone or someone's and then you have like genuine proof or like people have told you before like that you've been of help to their life, etc., etc. Like somebody doesn't have to tell you that, they can show you that more than telling you. But I'm just saying, if you feel like you actually are bringing value to someone's life, even if it's not tangible, you're allowed to feel valuable, or like you're allowed to feel like good, or like how you're supposed to feel. And then, you know, sometimes children and like younger people have really good advice for like the opposite of the youth right now. So like the older generations and stuff, sometimes younger generations have like a lot of really helpful, stoic, straight to the point shit to say. It challenges a lot of old mindsets and like ways of life, because it's getting old for a reason. It's dying off for a reason. It's like the new world is a thing for a reason. Like, you know, like when therapists kind of have you answer your own questions. So it's kind of like, imagine being like super religious or not so religious, but you believe in something, right? If you believe in anything, imagine just coming to the terms of like what your religion or your way of life is really trying to teach you, even if it's things you don't agree with all the way. Like basically like reading something fully, if that makes sense, and not just what you want to see or hear or select out of it that confirms your opinion how life should be. It's like, yeah, differences can just be that. It doesn't have to be like somebody's right and somebody's wrong. It's just both are right, both are wrong. It's like
something that I only struggle with. Like, is anybody else struggling with this? And oftentimes and not, when you ask yourself that question, there's at least 100 other people struggling with the same thing. So how do you know if internalized ableism is playing a part in your life? I'll use some examples that I've noticed about myself. So number one, I wasn't allowing myself accommodations. One way to know if internalized ableism is playing a big role in your life is if you're not allowing yourself accommodations, and not just accommodations at school or at work, but personal accommodations, like accommodations that you need for your personal life. Like, for example, you know loud noises set you off, yet you go to the grocery store and you go to overstimulating places, you go to concerts, and you don't bring headphones. When you know headphones would help, earbuds would help. You purposefully don't accommodate yourself in your personal life, and you avoid solutions, which can lead you deeper and deeper into burnout.
True, I'll be doing that. Like, I know probably if people see me, they probably think I'm just not ever listening. Now, depending on the type of people I'm around, or the type of person I'm around, or the type of things I'm hearing constantly or dealing with, I would choose to block out certain things, or like the potential of certain things happening that I know is just draining, right? But even overstimulating, like, so let's say public settings outside of like what I'm living in. I be wearing headphones a lot. Like, it doesn't matter if it's earbuds or wired or like wireless like these, but a lot of times the music that I'm playing is really low, or I'm not really playing much of anything. But usually I have something in the background. But most of the time, if I'm in public for real, it's not like blocking out public things or like people entirely. It's like that's really just for overstimulation. Like, I think people that are, like, on the spectrum, or, like, they just naturally just get overwhelmed by, like, some noises, honestly, like, or not even just, like, when someone says overwhelmed, it doesn't mean, like, oh, they would crash out and, like, scream and curl up into a ball if they hear talking, or if they hear, like, nice music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Overstimulation is kind of like when your ears actually work so well that you can hear things from, like, across the room. You, like, you can hear things close to you. You can hear conversations. You can feel conversations happening sometimes. Or, like, you can just feel everything past the senses. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that overstimulation isn't coming from simpler things that most people might be only experiencing. It's coming from, like, oh, I'm really feeling a lot. Like, if that makes sense. Like, let's say, have you ever edited a video or a song, and then there's, like, a volume tab where sometimes you can boost the volume to, like, 200% if 100% isn't enough. Like, I don't know how it does that. It's probably working with, like, decibels and different treble and shit, or, like, what is it, hertz and stuff. So it's, like, making the vocals overshadow the bass, or, like, the this part of it. But I don't know how it does that sometimes, but I'm gonna try to put an example. So I'm gonna think about somebody on the spectrum that feels like their ears can absorb 200% of things instead of, like, 100%, like typical people. So they're kind of just balancing out the extra other 100% or 50% or whatever percent that they're retrieving or receiving from, like, the world. Because it's overstimulating. It's like you could just hear, like, smaller conversations, like, in the back of the room. It's like, and then you hear other people trying to talk to you, and, like, if you're in line and, like, you're trying to order something, and then somebody's just like, hello, and you're, like, really tuned into, like, a conversation at a table, like, 5 feet away and at aisle 6, or, like, 10 feet away from you, and all of that at the same time is just combined. It's like, oh, I'm overstimulated, and it makes you look like you're stupid, or it makes you look like you're crazy, because you're everywhere at once, basically. It's like, and then not even just, like, physically sometimes, but I'm not going to get into all that, because that's going to be so confusing and such a conspiracy for people, and then it's going to turn into, oh, they're hearing things, and it's like, no, it's literally sensical. But wave the white flag. Wave it. It's like, ow. Not for real though, like, it'd be like that. And people think you're just, like, trying to block them out, or, like, you're rude. And, you know, all that comes with, well, my bad. I was not being loud enough when I greeted you, or I really was zoned out sometimes if I'm really in tune with what's going on around me and not right in front of me. It's like, ooh, it's such a balancing act sometimes. So yeah, that doesn't mean, like, oh, somebody's just, like, being rude, doesn't want to talk to you. Like, and sometimes they're trying to block out old, like, conversations that probably, like, ring in their head. Like, somebody like me, I like to block out intrusive thoughts from, like, negative conversations I've had, right? So, like, if people were to say something out of a place of hurt to me, or, like, I did that as well. So if I'm speaking for myself, if I feel like people have said things to me that were really, really hurtful and just stuck to my head like a leech, and then I'm just, like, constantly making sure I'm blocking that out, or, like, if I don't try to block it out sometimes, I'll be just chilling it with people, and then I'm getting, like, flashbacks of that shit, or, like, it's just, like, kind of, like, coming back a little bit.